Hello everybody. Behind me is the southernmost buoy marker indicating the southernmost point in the continental United States accessible by civilians, me and you. And it's just interesting, you know, sometimes people who know that I've been in Key West for a while ask me if I've seen a lot of changes. And I can only tell them that the changes are anything but subtle. It's really become quite a dynamic and different place than what it was just a couple years ago, since 1999 when I first got here. When I first got here in Key West, it was really kind of on the outskirts. It was still the Conch Republic that so many people know it as, and it was quite the Wild West in the literal sense. It seemed like there was a lot of things that you could get away with in Key West that you really couldn't get away with anywhere else, including Georgia, and you know, made Georgia look conservative by a lot of stretches. It was just kind of run down, kind of rustic, kind of had a kind of a nostalgic type of old beach town to it. But of course you still had your very nice kind of posh areas as well. But you definitely had your areas which I guess that many folks would consider kind of seedy or gearing towards edge consumers, kind of risque in their nature. Of you know, a lot of shops that, you know, appeal to, you know, let's just say a small slice of the population aren't around anymore. And I contribute that to quite a few things. You know, a lot of the places that were kind of, you know, like shops that you know, had kind of a limited clientele have since expanded and become kind of mass interest clientele, I guess you could say, you know, little coffee shops and art stores and that sort of thing. And it's really because of two things. What happened was they started getting the cruise ships in that were geared towards families. Before that, it seemed like the cruise ships were just kind of, I guess, maybe folks that were more interested in coming to Key West as what it used to be known as. And they liked that, and it was interesting to them. It was risky to them, but still, it's attached to the United States, so they can be plenty safe and reassured. You know, a lot of people flee down to Key West because they think that they're escaping, that they're actually crossing the border, but they fail to realize that Key West is actually plenty connected to the United States. They got a police department down here. You know, they got a county police, and they're part of the whole rest of the state of Florida. But nevertheless, they got that Conch Republic type of feel to it. You know, when they started getting kind of more family-oriented cruises in, everybody's like, oh, we got to change. We got to make things more family-oriented. We got to have little boutiques and coffee shops and, you know, fudge shops and ice cream stands and, you know, more type of, I don't know, just like family-oriented places. And, you know, it was really a shame because I've seen that kind of affect a lot of things. A lot of stores just simply went out of business and got replaced with other things. The feel of the city has changed also. You know, lots of times when people refer to Key West, they refer to it you know, used to be, like in a past tense type of thing, referring to the old hedonistic, you know, super party going type of ways. I mean, now, you know, instead of seeing people partying in the streets all day and night, you know, you're more likely to see strollers and, you know, people conducting business. So it's, you know, it used to be rare that you would actually see somebody wearing like a suit and tie. Number one, because of the heat, and number two, suit and tie is just not the Key West style. But it's becoming more and more so that way. A lot of people, it's just straight business. You know, they're not here to have it as a flop house. It's not just like an artist type of retreat. It's not just like the summer doldrums of vacationers combined with spring breakers. A lot of people just here to, make money and maximize the old image as much as possible. even though by bringing in some of the more all-inclusive elements, they're eliminating it at the same time. So it's like they want it, but they don't want it at the same time. It's like they're going to suck it dry, every last bit of it that they can, as they slowly watch it go away. So the family cruises did the biggest business, I think, for changing Key West, and also the hurricanes. When the hurricanes came through in 2005, it changed a lot of people's perception. Before you had kind of like a southern confidence. When people refer to the hurricanes, they were like, oh yeah, it's got a lot of potential, but don't really worry about it because it, ain't really going to happen. And but then they found out that it did. A lot of property got destroyed. A lot of property got devalued. A lot of property that people had that was on the water really got destroyed, and that really kind of took away a lot of the the waterfront beach beach going type of atmosphere that it had. And so with those businesses suffering, it created a catalyst for even more change. And they're like, well, should we have it go back to the way it was, or should we have it do something different now? And a lot of them just took that opportunity to do something different. So I keep trying to tell people, not everything on the planet has to be kid-friendly. Not everything on the planet has to be family-oriented. It's okay that you have some places that are not family-oriented, that are not for children, and children don't belong at, and they're not welcome. That's okay. It's all right that exists here in the United States. With all the diversity that we have in the United States, it's good that I feel that everybody has a place they can call home. And Key West is changing and quickly becoming a lot more like Boca Raton. Boca Raton, Florida is very nice, very commercial, very copacetic, very neutral, and so yeah, it's Key West getting away from a lot of its edginess, but that's okay too, because it's kind of like out with the old, in with the new. The reason why the dinosaurs aren't with us anymore is because they could not change fast enough with the times. So Key West has to change. I guess we all have to change. But I look forward to it. I think maybe our better days are ahead of us. And because we still got a lot of good people down here, and that's what's going to make all the difference. So I'll see you around. Take care of each other. Bye now.